So you'd think that I'd be smart enough to use one of this stack of books as part of my tripod, but no! They're there, and not here. So today I just wanted to answer some of the questions that people have asked me about Princeton and thesis, I guess. But soon I will stop talking about this thing because it's over, and gotta move on now. So Steve asked me about the structure of my thesis and how many chapters there are. There are 3 chapters as following the guidelines by the English department. Each chapter is roughly 20 pages, plus an intro and conclusion, which makes it a total of supposed to be around 80 pages, but mine ended up being 85. And every department has their own guidelines. For example, the history department, which some of my friends are in, requires you to have 100 pages. Rip them. They're due next week, but good luck. And the structuredness also depends on the department. I read part of a math thesis one time that was literally a Justin Bieber fanfiction. It was also 20 pages long. So there's that. And I guess a caveat is that my thesis is required to be double-spaced in 12-point font, so that's an idea of how long it is, I guess. It came out to around 22,000 words, and during my final edit, I figured out that I actually had a lot of repeating phrases throughout. So, whoops. The creative writing department also accepts applications to do special theses in that department. So you work with one of our creative writing faculty and you create basically a novel or a collection of short stories is what a lot of people do. There's also people who do poetry and screenwriting. In the English department, there is also the theater track that you can use to write plays and musicals. Although I think you can also do musicals for the music major. And in most humanities departments, I think you can do some elements of creative stuff in your thesis, even if it's not technically a creative writing thesis. But all of those require you to plan ahead, like certain people don't. So yeah, I wrote a pretty standard research paper. That was a really long-winded answer. And, oh, what do you know? JT asked the same question, so there you go. And finally, there's this other question that I was really excited about. If you saw my comment in response, it was really long, but it's just really cool that people at Princeton are so into Tab for a Cause. We literally have been at or near the top every single time we've done this March Gladness thing, and I have no idea who in the community here was like some kind of node that got people into it, and maybe it was just organically a lot of people found out about Tab for a Cause and just told their friends, but I think it kind of shows like how excited we are about being first, which is like this superiority complex that I think pretty much everyone in Princeton is kind of inducted into during our first week of freshman year at orientation. They're just like, oh yes, Princeton, honor, wonderful, glory, something. So kind of like the meme of the Princeton student is the person who's like, oh, we're #1 on US college rankings. And I think that plays a big role into our competitiveness when it comes to like these kind of slightly nerdy things, and also just we're really busy anyway, and tabs are a blessing to those of us who are researching and doing homework and trying our best to survive college. I've seen people in lectures open tabs and then have it be Tab for a Cause, and it just always makes me really excited. So there's that. Our culture as a school is by no means healthy, but at least we have like friendship and people who seem to generally care about everyone else. There isn't too much really competitiveness in the school as a whole. We just try to put down everyone else. But thank you to everyone who enjoyed my previous video. I tried too hard with that. Hopefully I can get this up in time. I realized that I have so many things that I have to be at today. Structured time is very not good for this daily vlogging thing.